Hey everyone, thanks for joining us today. We have a really interesting topic to discuss. We're going to talk retirement plans and major changes happening this year in 2021. Mark Kirchner from TransAmerica is going to discuss some of those items, as well as some of the things that you should be doing as an employer, some of those items you should be looking out for, and ways to enhance the plan throughout the year and really give a better benefit to all of your employees. Without further ado, Mark, thanks so much for joining us. Take it away.
Well, good morning. Thanks, Jake, for the introduction. I appreciate it. My name is Mark Kirchner. I'm with TransAmerica Retirement here in Chicago. I've been with the firm for the last 7 years and excited to be here today. Over the years, we've been fortunate to work with Jake and the Axion team on mutual 401k clients. Just a little background on TransAmerica. We've been working with participants for over the last 80 years and currently administer around 26,000 retirement plans. Today, we're going to talk a little bit about what we're seeing in the industry and where we see the future state being specific to participant engagement. So at TransAmerica, we really focus on two key tenets. One is administrative outsourcing. We think that plan sponsors spend too much time on the transactions within a 401k plan. And so we try to take plan sponsors and clients out of the weeds of having to handle the administration of the 401k plan. And then secondly, we're going to talk about participant engagement and how we partner with Axion on engaging with participants differently. So I'd like to share my screen to go through a few slides that I think will assist in our conversation here today. So all record keepers have a website for participants, and I think it's important to have a fancy website, one that's user-friendly, but we think there's certainly something more to engaging with participants than just having a fancy website. And so over the years and working with Axion, we've done a number of different things to help in engaging participants differently, one of which is certainly being on site. So we believe that one-on-one meetings and having TransAmerica enrollment specialists, as well as the Axion team on site meeting with participants, really helps drive participant outcomes and get participants more engaged in the retirement plan. You know, living in this pandemic that we are today, a lot of that type of engagement has shifted to being virtual. And so through our personalized webinars, we're able to get that same type of content that we would have at a live meeting, but do it more in a web-based virtual setting. And we try to think of that very similar to what we're all accustomed to in watching Netflix, where you can watch a show when you want, where you want, how you want. It'd be that same idea in getting participant information out to your employees in a Netflix-like manner with all different sorts of topics. Now, we still have the call center where participants are able to call in. We have 540 different individuals answering phones that are able to assist participants in getting their answers handled over the phone. But really what this next slide talks through is how this is, there's a science behind it. This isn't guesswork. This is something that we're constantly investing in, trying to understand how participants are making changes and why they're making changes. And a lot of it is because we're engaging them very differently. And so over the course of a year, a participant's going to receive different material from TransAmerica. And we're going to talk in a little bit about the power of having an email address for participants. But what this slide really talks through is how we've thought through on a monthly basis how we're going to get in front of participants. And I like to take a step back and think about how we as consumers purchase items in the marketplace today. And I think about all the personal emails we get around Mother's Day and Father's Day, around Black Wednesday, and certainly Christmas, and all the different retailers, whether it's Target or Nordstrom or Nike, with the personal email saying, buy this gift. And every day it seems like you get an email leading up to the actual day itself as a reminder. And they've all are going after our discretionary income. They're fighting for our dollars. And I think as an industry in the 401k world, we've done a really lousy job of fighting for that dollar for the participant to be saving more. And so we've mapped out and partnering with Axion an approach that we think helps fight for that dollar to get people to be saving more. And there's a science behind it in that when we have an email address, the average participant of the 5 million participants we work with are saving close to 8.5%. When we don't have an email address, the average participant is saving closer to 5.5%. So that 3% difference over the course of 40 years, as you can see on this slide, equates to some $270,000. And I presented to an employer late last week this same concept, and the president of the company, who hadn't said much during the meeting, stopped me and said, so this is the difference between an employee being able to retire and being able or having to work at Walmart greeting people. And I thought it was a really drastic example, but this is the power of having a corporate email address. And the science behind it is this: 91% of Americans don't let their phone out of an arm's length ever throughout the day and night. So we're constantly on our phone. The average American checks their phone 110 times a day. And now we know that millennials make up a quarter of the population. So this trend is going to continue. And so we're going to continue to invest in things like the mobile app, the website, and the personalized communication along the way. So over the course of the last couple of years, we've partnered very closely with Axion to address how to engage with participants differently. We look forward to having conversations here in the days ahead. If you have any additional follow-up, please follow up with Jake at Axion, and we look forward to the opportunity. Thanks.